Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Damon Campbell with Music'sMyLife.com here at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor, Michigan with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yo, what's good? It's Bodega Bamz, a.k.a. Poppy, a.k.a. Young Don Francisco, Spanish Harlem Tan Boys did this east side up.
Bodega Bamz, it's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Definitely appreciate your time. Now, I know you come from a Christian upbringing and to this day still are very religious, but ironically, wasn't your first rap name actually Flawless the Demon?
Yeah, that's ill, man. Yeah. My first rap name was Flawless the Demon. It's funny you say that because I started rapping in high school, and I met my homie Smoke DZA in high school, and Smoke in high school they used to call him Smoke the Devil.
Oh wow!
And they called me Flawless the Demon.
That's crazy. Yeah, you had mentioned right before this that you guys actually went together.
Yeah. Freshman in high school. Yeah, that's why I met my bro. Yeah.
And then you actually had a few different names before eventually landing on this one, correct?
Flawless the Demon. Then for Flawless the Demon, I was Nate Bamz. No, actually, I was Nate Bambino. Yeah, you know, yeah. I was Nate Bambino. Then I was Nate Bamz, and then I did a record called Bamz Bodega, and that's how I became Bodega Bamz.
Yeah, welcome to Bodega Bamz.
There you go, yeah. You on your, what's that guy name from South Boston? You on your Narwhal shit, man. Yeah, that's dope, man. Word.
Appreciate it, man. Wasn't that actually featured on Johnny Shipes' Good Talk Volume 3?
Yeah, shout out to Shipes. Shipes was the first dude who actually gave me a shot and recording music in a $1 million studio and really putting music out there. You know what I'm saying? Before that, I was recording in bathrooms and battling in the hood. So John Shipes actually gave me that shot to be like, yo, Bamz, come in the studio and let's work.
That's awesome.
So that's how I got on the Good Talk. Yeah, Good Talk, and that was the first record.
How did you guys link up in the first place?
Through Smoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Smoke DZA.
It all goes back to Smoke.
Yeah, he's the middleman.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually the first song you ever recorded. But growing up, though, you would do a lot of poetry, write a lot of poetry.
Yes.
And then you had a period in your teenage years where you would participate in a lot of battles. And interestingly enough, when you actually kind of borrow some rhymes from Biggie and Eminem.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That in my humble beginnings, you know, being in high school, like, battling was the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it still is now, but battling, this was before it was on Smack, before it was on the DVDs. And, you know, when I got into the school, that's how I met Smoke, because Smoke was like the top dog battler.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so I seen that's what drew the bitches, and I wanted to get the bitches. At first, I just wanted to be popular. Yeah. So what I would do is, I was so shitty, you know, writing rhymes in the beginning, so I would take Eminem rhymes from Slim Shady album, because that was one of my favorite albums, and I would take rhymes from Big and Life After Death that I knew the kids didn't know.
Right.
And believe it or not, even with those rhymes, they still thought I was whack.
Yeah.
That's crazy though, because I was taking Eminem rhymes, battling, and they still said I was whack.
Little did they know. Yeah.
Little did they know.
Just kind of makes them look foolish.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. Hell yeah. But yeah, that's how I started. Yeah, man.
But then it was actually Tupac's Dear Mama that you had down pat first.
Yeah. That Tupac Dear Mama was like the introduction to rap for me. Like, that was the song that I knew front to back. You know what I'm saying? Like, my big cousin Ace, shout out to Ace.
Out in Long Island?
Out in Long Island, yeah, that's ill. Yeah, he introduced me to, he really introduced, because I grew up in Christian household, so the only time I could listen to rap was when I was with him. Yeah. Because he's older. So when I would go with him, 10 years old, 11 years old, he would put all the music on, and Tupac, I just gravitated to Pac.
Absolutely.
And Dear Mama and the Greatest Hits album. So that was the first song, front to back.
And you mentioned not being able to listen to rap in your house growing up, but it seems like your mom at least eventually came around to the idea of you becoming a rapper. Not so much your dad, but he did actually build you your first studio though, right? Which eventually led to quite a bit of controversy.
Yeah, you hear it? Yo. He told me he know his shit, man. Yeah. Nah, my pops, my mom was always a believer. She was my first believer before even my brother Ola was a believer. Ola used to shit on me, man.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ola hated me rapping. You know what I'm saying? But my mom always was. My mom was always down with the arts or whatever, because like I said, I used to do poetry.
Yep.
And we got a little bit older. When I started taking it seriously is when my dad built us our own studio. But we was on there for like 2 weeks or whatever. He kicked us out, put the locks in the studio. We was homeless for a few weeks and shit like that. You know what I mean? We had to get our shit before he threw it out, because he threatened to throw it out if we don't get it in a particular time.
Right.
But yeah, my pops, he coming around now. You see what it is.
And you eventually moved it into your grandma's house? Which led to probably the biggest piece of controversy. Right?
Yeah. So so you know, we didn't have no place to go or whatever. So we actually, you know, my grandma brought us in, so we brought our studio equipment in, and my grandma caught a stroke, and people were blaming the music why she caught a stroke. So we got kicked out of my grandma's house after that. We had no way to put our studio again, and then we found a place in Washington Heights to actually really have somewhere stable. And once we got to Washington Heights uptown is when everything started clicking. I started really taking it real seriously or whatever. But yeah, man, we've been through a lot of fucking
it sounds like
a lot of bullshit, man. But it all paid out. It all paid off.
Do you still have any of that old equipment left?
We still got it.
Oh,
I still use all the old equipment. The only thing that we update is the Logic, you know what I mean? But we still have all the old equipment and our microphones.
Okay.
But everything else the same. We have the same M audio. We have the same everything. Same computer G5 that we used from 5-6 years ago. Yeah, man.
That's crazy. And now you record in what you call the 24-hour bodega.
Yeah.
But growing up, wasn't Haji's probably your most frequented bodega?
Yeah. Haji's a very famous bodega on the east side of Spanish Harlem. There was a group called Children of the Corn with Cameron, Big L, Mace, and Cameron's cousin named Bloodshed.
They have a mural.
They have the mural on that bodega.
Yeah.
So that bodega is a very famous bodega on the east side of Harlem. And I definitely used to go there all the time, get steak and cheeses, and they still in there.
They call it like a chopped cheese.
Chopped
right?
cheese.
What is that exactly?
Chopped cheese is fucking hamburger chopped up, and they put fucking cheese on top of it, and they make it into a hero.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys should get that out here.
Yeah, to wash it down, would you have a Malta India?
Woo! Yeah, Malta India. Either I drink a Malta India to wash it down, or a Gudo Cola Champagne, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you put peanuts ever in your Malta India?
Nah, but they do that. I haven't tried it. Nah, I haven't tried it, but people definitely do that shit though.
What does that add to it?
I really don't know. That's the whole thing. Like I've heard. This is not the first time you told me. It's crazy that you from out here would know about that type of shit.
Right.
But yeah, people do put peanuts inside the Malta India.
Okay. And other people may choose to wash it down with a soda. Which Pepsi, you're in a Pepsi commercial with like Victor Cruz, Joel Ortiz. How did that come about?
Oh, they shot the commercial in my hood. You know what I'm saying? So they shot it in Spanish Harlem. So they reached through the grapevines to get me, knowing that I rep my hood or whatever, and they did it correctly. You know what I'm saying? They had to put me in that. You know what I'm saying? You can't shoot a commercial. Anything goes down in Spanish Harlem.
Without I need Bodega Bamz.
You need Bodega Bamz in that motherfucker.
And in the commercial, it has you shows you rapping outside of a barbershop.
Yeah.
Speaking of which. I understand you've actually seen hair of all things sold at a bodega.
Yeah. Definitely seen horse hair sold in the bodega, man. For the young Latinas and young black women in our community, man. That they don't want to. They're ashamed of their real hair, so they got to put that on. But definitely seen that, man. Shout out to the girls that buy that though.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say most people I would assume would just throw hair away.
Oh no.
Which I understand is actually the same thing that Rockwilder did with your first mixtape when it got handed to him back in the day.
Yo, you an ill dude, man. Yo, yeah, fucking Rockwilder, man.
That's like a producer.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very famous producer. I mean, he's really haven't been doing a lot lately, but he
serves him right.
Yeah. But I remember it was a fight. I think it was a Floyd Mayweather fighting somebody. And Ola we had our CDs, and Ola seen Rockwilder outside, and he was like, yo, give Rockwilder the CD. So Ola actually went to give him the CD, and literally we came back 5 minutes, and the shit was on the curb.
That's crazy.
But I always remember that shit, because that just added fuel to the fire. I never took things like that personal. Yeah, it just made me be like, all right, man, I'm going to make you a believer, man.
Yeah, it's something you can look back on, too, and kind of...
Exactly, yeah. Because eventually we're going to cross paths, and I'm going to bring that up to him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe he'll even stumble across the interview.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, shout out to Rockwilder, man.
Yeah.
You threw my CD out, man. You know what I'm saying? You should have listened to it.
Yeah. And, that was The Rest Is Noise.
The Rest Is Noise. That was my first mixtape. Yeah. My first mixtape that me and Ola actually put together and put on the internet. I pressed copies. We still do the same thing to this day. Everything independent, but that was the first mixtape I ever dropped. And
on it, you had a song called Like Oh, on which you mentioned how you don't really do clubs, but is it true that Scott Disick helped you get into a club once?
Shout out to my man Scott Disick. You know what I'm saying? That's good, man. When I was about 18, 19 years old, I used to go to the Hamptons, and Scott. This is before Scott Disick met whatever Kardashian, I don't know her, but whatever Kardashian he with, it's before he met her. He was the man in the Hamptons. Like Scott was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being too young to go to these clubs in the Hamptons, where Lindsay Lohan used to be there on Blow. I seen that. Right. I seen Manny Moore, playing pool, like type shit like that. So I remember one time, like I said, I couldn't get in or whatever, and Scott was like, "Nah, what? Bodega Bamz? Nah, come on, Bamz, you coming in here?"
Oh wow!
So that was like a weekly routine. Like I would go to the Hamptons, and he would definitely get me in those clubs, man.
That's
I haven't
crazy.
seen my man since that. I haven't seen my man for like 7 years, man. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely used to look out for me. He was the man out there. Shout out to Scott.
Yeah, definitely.
Word up, shout out to Scott.
And Scott Disick, of course, being a reality star, whereas you grew up acting in dramas and even tried out for Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, definitely did, man. Definitely. Like I said, you know, my mom was always a believer of me in the arts and everything I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Reading Rainbow was very popular where I was coming from or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was about 7, 8 years old. She took me to the offices downtown. I read for one of them, and they never called me back. I don't know why they didn't call me back. I definitely read it good. I definitely know how to read. So motherfuckers, they never called me back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Reading Rainbow, man. Shout out to them too for not even calling me back, man. Fuck y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, lastly, you know, I know you kind of still have aspirations to eventually get back into acting. But at this point in your career, do you in any way consider music your life?
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. Music is everything. You know what I'm saying? Music is everything to me. Music is my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being on, like, right now, you know, being able to be on tour with Flatbush Zombies, getting that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a regular nigga from the hood. You know what I mean? And I'm hitting areas that we didn't even know existed. I never even know about Ann Arbor. I never heard of that place ever in my life. But it's humbling that music is actually getting me to these places.
Take you to these
exactly. Yeah. So music is definitely in my life, man. I love music with everything.
Yeah. Glad to hear it, man. I asked that because of my site once again being musicsmylife.com.
Yeah.
So Bodega Bamz, thank you so much for your time, man. It was great chatting with you. Best wishes with everything coming your way.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people out there watching?
Yeah, man. You a fucking good interviewer, man.
Appreciate it.
Keep my man out here, man. Keep getting interviews for my boy, man, because he really dug in the crates, and that's a real motherfucking interviewer, man. For real. I promote my man right here, man. He get the thumbs up for me, man. Real talk,
Thank you, man. Glad you enjoyed it.
No doubt, brother.
There you have it. Once again, I'm Damon Campbell, and this is Bodega Bamz. Thanks for watching.
Poppy.